Alright, good morning guys. Monday morning here at the print farm. I'm going to take you guys through what I do on a Monday morning. So first steps first is we got our coffee brewing in our little Keurig machine. Got a cup of coffee. We got our creamer in the fridge down there, and then we're just going to start the day. So got our coffee in hand. Some point today I'm going to have to make a sword. I already have it laid out here on the table. So we're gonna have all the pieces, all the electronics. This is for an order, so we gotta get that done today. So I'm here a little bit late today. I got here like around 9 a.m. Typically I'm here around 8 a.m. Looks like there's a giant layer shift in this guy. So that's gonna have to get reprinted. And I have my guys usually come in the morning and restart the printers first thing in the morning. And then once the majority of the printers are restarted, they'll start packing the orders. So what I'm gonna do today is I have to send some files to one of the X1 carbon printers for a new product that we just launched over the weekend. So I typically like to leave the 3 X1 carbons here open for me to play around with new products, and then if I want to move them into production, we'll utilize some of the A1 printers or the P1P printers for production. This X1 carbon is down. The extruder gear was completely worn out, and we were getting tons of skipping layer lines. So unfortunately, we were out of the hardened steel extruder gears. So I did order them last week. They still haven't come, and this is your classic case of not having spare parts for a printer. Luckily for me, having one printer down is not a huge deal, but it does suck. So just always have spare parts on hand. I think I just ordered like 20 of the extruder gears. Bambu Labs is running a bulk sale on maintenance parts. So like if you order, I don't know if it's 5 or more or something like that, you get a discount. I don't know if it's 20% or more, but they are definitely discounted on the website when you order multiple quantities. The extrusion line, we're not going to start today, maybe tomorrow. We just have a lot of stuff to get done on the computer, on the back end. That beeping noise is just it's because there's no water in here. So there's nothing to pump right now. So we'll probably have to get this guy started up tomorrow. We're going to play with more settings. We're still having issues with oval-shaped filament coming off the line, as someone suggested in my previous video, to slow down the speed of the puller and possibly slow down the speed of the auger screw as well. We also have to do some cleanup. There's a ton of product just laying on the racks here, so we're going to have to get that cleaned up. But overall, we are running low on filament. As you can see, this is our rainbow filament. We have other filament down here as well. I had ordered some 3 kilogram spools a couple weeks ago. I don't know when it's going to come. I did get hit with the increased tariffs, so the shipping fee was, I did DDP shipping. We're going to see how that affects my final cost when it actually gets to the port. I will give you guys an update. All right, so I have here 3 rolls of PLA. These are all going out to members of my school community for free. I've launched a new sort of system in my school community where upon reaching certain levels in the community, you will receive certain perks. So this one in particular, if you reach level 4 in the community, you get a free roll of PLA, depending on what I have here at the warehouse. And this will be, this is the first batch of free PLA that I'm shipping out to 3 members of my community who have reached level 4. And if you're interested in joining or learning more about the school community, there's a link in the bio in the description of the video. Free 7-day trial if you are interested. We will be doing a giveaway for a Bambu Lab A1 printer, and probably I'm going to make a post this week about it, and it'll run for about a month, and then we'll select the winners at the end of the giveaway time frame. All right, another thing is upon reaching level 8 in the community, you will unlock a free Bambu Lab A1 printer. So this is for anybody who reaches level 8 in the community. Worldwide, you will win a brand new Bambu Lab A1 printer. You just gotta message me and I'll get that shipped out to you. And this is just sort of a reward for people who have been in the community for a long time and who are actively engaging in the community and providing value. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check out the link in the description. Yeah, I was thinking about doing like some sort of a subscription service for plastic, but it's just too damn expensive to ship one of these rolls, right? Around 2 pounds, 2.2 pounds, 2.5 with the box to the West Coast via USPS ground is like $8. So it's just not cost effective right now. Also, for those of you who who use PLA and want to glue things together with PLA, in the past I would use the CA glue by Bob Industries, and I would have the CA glue plus the accelerator over here, which kind of just makes the glue kind of set quicker. If you haven't heard about 3D GLOOP, this is kind of like a solution that bonds really well with PLA. It's kind of designed for PLA, and I use this across all of my PLA products now instead of the CA glue. And the cool thing about this is, like, if you get this on your hands, it doesn't actually stick to your hands. Like, there's some sort of chemical bonding process where it only bonds with PLA, which is really interesting. You can find this on their website, and like, for instance, I'm gluing these sword pieces together, and it takes maybe a second or maybe 10 seconds for it to bond a little bit, and then I let it sit for an additional 30 minutes or so for it to fully bond. And once it bonds, it's very difficult to break off, even as thin of these pieces with PLA. So you can see kind of like, I literally just attach these pieces on with the 3D GLOOP, and that's the bonding strength of it. So yeah, I love the 3D GLOOP. All right, I was in the process of making the sword, but my soldering iron ran out of battery, so it's charging right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my computer. I'm going to look at Amazon stuff and see what items we are low on. My guys here have been making case packs of specific items and labeling them. So when there's downtime, they'll just prep products and put them on pallets for us to ship out to Amazon at a later date. And for those of you who do sell on Amazon, you probably know what AWD is. For those of you who don't sell on Amazon, AWD stands for Amazon Warehousing and Distribution. So we've been using AWD a lot in the past couple of months. One of the members of my community mentioned it. I did some research on it, and they just opened up on the East Coast recently. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm able to ship stuff to East Coast warehousing centers. But basically, AWD allows you to send items directly to Amazon's warehouses. So there's a difference between Amazon warehouses and Amazon fulfillment centers, right? The fulfillment centers are where your items go, and that's where Amazon picks and packs and then ships it out to the end consumer when an order comes in on your Amazon listing. AWD is a warehousing solution, and it's really good for people who don't have a lot of space, whether it's in their home or in their current warehouse location. It's a really good use of your space where you can just send case packs of items to AWD, and it sits in their warehousing centers. And then what happens is, as your inventory gets low at FBA for that SKU, it'll replenish your inventory from AWD over to the fulfillment centers usually without you having to intervene. It'll auto replenish based on your sales history and things like that. So it's also cheaper, a lot cheaper than just sending it directly to FBA. You're getting hit with a lot of fees and placement fees. None of that is true with AWD. So this is not like an AWD course or anything like that. It's just a PSA for people who do sell on Amazon to give AWD a try. One caveat is it is single SKU items, which means that you can't, if you're shipping something in like an 18 box, like I do, or any other big boxes, all the product has to be the same in that box. You can't mix and match items inside of the case pack box, if that makes any sense. All right, let's talk plastic real quick. Obviously tariffs are hitting, and they will have a rippling effect on plastic that's sold by Chinese companies here in the United States, on Amazon, on their website, etc. One of my favorite go-to brands is AWD. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I have a ton of AWD PLA. This is all AWD here. AWD, well, that's something, but all of this is AWD up here. I've been buying directly from their website. You can get rolls of PLA for about $10 a kilogram, which is pretty cheap. Even if I buy in bulk overseas, I'm paying like $9 a kilo, so it's $9 a kilogram, so it's amazing. I do like their cardboard spools. Their cardboard spools do work very well in the AMS system as well. So I got two going on here. There's this kind of like, I've noticed that they kind of upgraded their cardboard, especially along the rims, so that it rolls easier in the AMS system. Of course, on the AMS Lite, there's really no issues at all. It works perfectly fine. But brands like AWD have just announced that they're going to be increasing the price of PLA in their U.S. warehouses in the coming weeks due to tariff issues. I'm assuming that once they sell through their stock that's already in the U.S. warehouses prior to the tariffs, you're going to see a significant increase in price for PLA, which sucks. So if you can get PLA for about $10 a kilogram right now, I highly suggest you do so. I probably ordered 1,000 rolls directly on these manufacturers' websites over the past week or so. I'm just waiting for it to come in. I have mentioned before that I'm getting 3 kilogram rolls from Sunlu. I just bought 3 kilogram rolls a couple weeks ago, so that's probably going to come in, the next month or so as well. So I'm holding off on actually buying plastic from manufacturers right now, just to wait out and see what happens with the tariff situation. I'm probably going to run out of like my rainbows. These are all rainbows. This is my blue-green. So we'll see. Let me know if you guys think I should just order now or just wait a couple weeks to see what happens. All right, and a big seller like myself right now is a very, 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 very slow time of the year. We're getting into Mother's Day, Father's Day, school's about to end. People are planning vacations. We just got out of Easter. And typically the beginning of Q2 is always the slowest season, especially for e-commerce. So if you are experiencing any slow sales, please don't be discouraged. I am as well. We're probably talking about a 60% decline in sales over the past week or so. And again, that is perfectly normal. What I plan to do now is just take a bunch of vacations with my family. Plan to go down to Orlando, maybe for, I want to check out the new Universal parks. My son is absolutely obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon. So I want to do that towards the end of the month. Also, just do some local like road trips and stuff like that. But I just want to tell everybody who hasn't experienced, this Q2 drop down in sales that this is completely normal. And in your 3D printing business, right, my best piece of advice right now is to just keep printing what you're printing. Best sellers that you've, experienced in Q4 for Christmas, right? Keep printing those so that going into Q4 this year, you won't run out of stock, or maybe there were things that you were sold out of last year that you were struggling to keep in stock. Just, print those and make sure your printers are running as much as they possibly can. If the printers aren't if the printers aren't running, you're not able to make money, obviously. But don't be afraid to stockpile stuff now, especially during the slow season. It's completely normal. I'm going to be spending a couple of days also just, launching some new products, looking at new products I want to add to my catalog, and things like that. So, yeah. And we also added 2 new colors for our raccoons. This guy's a rainbow dude. Rainbow. Different shades of rainbow, I guess, depending on where the roll is. Oops. And then our tricolor. This is like a blue, green, purple guy. I might come out with a pink one as well. We shall see. All right, day's about halfway over here. We have a sword made. There it is. We have some coffee. More coffee. UPS just came. I just want to see what came with UPS. Was this what came with UPS?
Yeah,
Oh. I'm waiting for my Bambu Lab spare parts so I can fix that X1 carbon. Not today, so probably tomorrow. So also wanted to show you guys something. Obviously, for those who sell on Amazon, you get a lot of compliance issues with selling things that are classified as toys. So just want to share my screen with you for one of the ASINs that I'm selling. Typically, when you appeal the rejection or appeal the reason why it shouldn't be classified as a toy, they'll kind of come back to you and give you a reason as to why they flagged it in the first place. So you can see on my screen here that for this specific ASIN, they are telling me that I have the keyword young associated with my listing. So they are just asking you to remove that keyword from your product detail page and then appeal the rejection notice. So I just want to make the video because I've never actually seen them come back with a keyword such as young. Typically you want to avoid keywords like toys, kids, for all ages, but young is a new one that I just saw today. So just wanted to make a video about it and just let you guys know. So yeah, all I have to do is go into the product detail page, remove the keyword young. I must have it in either the keywords, product description, or the title in some way, shape, or form. So I'll just go in, remove that keyword, and then reapply and re-appeal the listing, and typically it'll get reinstated within a day or two. All right, we are still waiting for our shredder. We have accumulated tons and tons and tons of poop. Hopefully I'm able to just shred this up and recycle it back into the extruder line to get some recycled PLA. Yeah, this is our poop. We have tons of bins still, so hopefully the shredder comes in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I don't have to pay a shit ton in tariffs when it comes into the port. And so we'll see. We're getting this printer started up with some horses. So I'm moving a lot of the smaller contact animals, the horses, giraffes, unicorns, to the Core XY printers. We keep getting a lot of bed adhesion issues, even at 65 degrees C on the bed. A lot of these printers would like fail around the neck area. I don't know why we restarted this printer, but this is the giraffe, and it's probably gonna, oh, this is the goat. Hopefully this one doesn't fail. But yeah, hopefully the Core XY will solve a little bit of those issues that we're having with bed adhesion issues and sort of the nozzle knocking into the animal as it's printing. This is our section of boxes right here. We've kind of accumulated a ton of boxes. We were using a lot of these boxes to ship items out. We've kind of transitioned over to using just the 4x4x4 boxes and other boxes that we buy from Uline. So we kind of have a reserve of boxes here. We're gonna work on collapsing all of these boxes and just recycling them. I think we have way too many. There's racks in the front that have shelves full of boxes as well. So we just don't need that many boxes. We're gonna start getting rid of these and recycling them. Bubble mailers, we've kind of done a last hurrah in terms of buying bubble mailers from Temu. Not only do we have these, but we have all of those on top of the shelves up there as well. So we've been buying a ton of bubble mailers just because of Temu and tariffs and the de minimis loophole that's kind of going away. So I think May 2nd is when Temu is going to be raising their prices substantially, and then again on June 2nd. So we're going to be seeing a lot of things that we could get for really cheap. They're going to be super expensive now, which kind of sucks. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm just going to spend the last half hour or so here at the warehouse on my computer looking at new products to print, looking at my advertising spend, maybe tweak some things with advertising, pricing, coupons, discounts, flash sales, all that good stuff, sort of the back end stuff that goes into selling online. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Please consider subscribing if you have not already, like the video and comment if you have any questions. I will see you guys in the next video.